नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज के इस वीडियो में मैं आपको बताने वाली हूँ MA सोशियोलॉजी सेकेंड ईयर MSOE 003 सोशियोलॉजी ऑफ रिलीजन असाइनमेंट का कंप्लीट सॉल्यूशन, जिसको आप चाहें तो हूबहू कॉपी कर सकते हैं या कुछ मॉडिफिकेशंस के साथ आप इसको अपना असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं इसकी हेल्प से। ये असाइनमेंट हमारा 100 मार्क्स का है और इसका वेटेज 30% है और इसमें साफ साफ दिया हुआ है कि इस असाइनमेंट से हमें सिर्फ 5 क्वेश्चंस करने हैं, जबकि हमें यहाँ पे 10 क्वेश्चंस दिए हुए हैं और उसमें से लीस्ट 2 फ्रॉम ईच सेक्शन, मतलब 2 सेक्शंस दिए हुए हैं और उन 2 सेक्शंस में हमें एटलीस्ट 2 क्वेश्चंस करने हैं और वर्ड लिमिट है ईच क्वेश्चन की 500 वर्ड्स। सारे क्वेश्चंस की वर्ड लिमिट कितनी है? 500 वर्ड्स। तो इसमें मैंने सेक्शन 1 से जो क्वेश्चंस का सोल्यूशन दिया हुआ है वो है क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, 4 एंड 5 और सेक्शन 2 के जो 2 क्वेश्चंस मैंने लिए हैं वो है क्वेश्चन नंबर 7 एंड 10। तो ये सारे क्वेश्चंस का ही वेटेज आप देख सकते हैं कि 20-20 मार्क्स है सबका और इसलिए हमको सारे ही क्वेश्चंस में जो वर्ड लिमिट स्टिक करनी होगी वो है 500 वर्ड्स की। चलिए देखते हैं सोल्यूशन। Our first question is question number 3 from section 1. Let's see what the question is. What is oka? Discuss with example. And here lies the answer. Let's see, talk about it so that you can write it on your copy or make your assignment with conveniency. The answer is, the oka is basic unit of Kurk society. It is a patrilineal and patrilocal joint family. Only male members have any right in the right ancestral estate. Similarly, it is only son who can continue the oka. Women born in oka cease to be the members of their natal oka on their marriage. Women who become members of their conjugal oka do not have any special rights in their conjugal oka. Sexes are segregated among Kurks. The outer veranda may be used as a club for men only, and women use kitchen or some inner rooms to receive guests during festival. Men sing and dance and women watch them from a distance. For men, the ideals are strength, skill in fighting and hunting, and courage. Killing a tiger or panther gets a man the honor of Mangala ceremony. According to the proverb, men should be on the battlefield. According to a proverb, men should die on the battlefield and a woman in childbed. Kurg men supervise the cultivation of land, while low-caste laborers do much of the work on the fields. The army has greater attraction for the Kurg. मैं इसको इस स्पीड से बोल रही हूँ, अगर आपको ज़्यादा तेज लग रहा हो तो आप इसकी स्पीड स्लो करके लिख सकते हैं या वीडियो पॉज करके आप लिख सकते हैं, जैसे ही आपको कन्वीनियंट हो। The Kurk oka seems to be stronger and more sharply structured than the joint family in South India, with the possible exception of matrilineal triad of Nayar and the patrilineal illam of the Nambudaris. Other traditional groups among the Kurk are the village and Nath. There are 35 Naths and Kombas in Kurks. Every society has a body of ritual and certain ritual acts forming the body of ritual repeat themselves constantly. For instance, salutation is an individual ritual act. It may be of 2 kinds, simple and elaborate. In simple ritual act, a man may fold his hand at his chest and utter namaskar if the two persons involved are equal. In an elaborate ritual act of salutation, the man may bend down up to his knees, touch the feet of an elderly, and carry his hands up to his forehead at least once. There are several kinds of Mangala in the past, but now it has been narrowed down to mean exclusively marriage, and this is fairly recent phenomena. Examples are: first, ear boring Mangala for boys and girls; second, puberty Mangala; third, first pregnancy Mangala; fourth, a woman whose 10 children are alive; fifth, tiger Mangala; sixth, plantain Mangala; 7, house Mangala; 8, ox Mangala; 9, corpse of a bachelor. All these are defunct today. Mangala today means marriage Mangala only. The external world is divided into two parts, the sacred and non-sacred. The term sacred includes good sacredness and the bad sacredness. Good sacredness means all forms of ritually desirable conditions like auspiciousness and purity. Forms of ritually desirable conditions like auspiciousness and purity. Forms of ritually undesirable states and conditions such as auspiciousness and impurity. The higher caste person is in condition of ritual purity in relation to a number of lower caste. The Kurg regards their ancestral estate sacred. A Kurg is not allowed to walk wearing sandals. The most sacred places of the estate are the ancestor shrine and the cobra platform. A woman in her monthly period may not go near the cobra platform. The cobra deity is very sensitive to pollution. Bad sacredness is a wider concept than pollution or ritual impurity. Degree of ritual impurity vary. So, this was our first question from section A. Our second question from section 1 is the question number 4. Explain T. N. Madan's view of non-renunciation with suitable examples. So, in this answer, we are following the word limit of 500 words. The answer is, the work of T. N. Madan is an ethnographical work taking into account the religious pattern of Kashmiri Pandits. The work is based on mainly 3 sources. First, the writer's own intensive field work. Second, the important written ethnographical work on Hindu practices of the Brahmins of Uttar Pradesh, Odisha and Karnataka. And the third one is contemporary work on fiction. The conflict between domestic life and detached life is always central theme of Hinduism. They wear cotton threads, which is called Yajnopavit. Their speech is often laden with Sanskrit. Pandits are divided into several subcastes. These subcastes are helpful in marriage and other types of hierarchies in day-to-day life. Parenthood is very important in Pandit way of life. Barrenness is recognized as a physical deficiency, which may be due to the karmic causes. Mother for the child is both human and divine power. There are several life cycle rituals like childhood ritual of the purification, which is performed on the 11th day of birth of the baby. The ritual of the feeding of the first solid meal, which is called Annaprashana. The ritual of the first tonsure of the child, called Jarakasai, the Yajnopavit ceremony in which the child takes the holy thread. The next step is marriage, which is the principal sanskara of an adult life. Last and ultimate step is the rite of cremation, which is followed by post-maturity rites. Thus, Madan says that the Pandit way of life is moralistic and the life is mainly based on the good karma which is guided by dharmic principles. Madan had tried to clarify the notion of auspiciousness in relation to the notion of purity. According to him, the notion of Shubh refers directly to time and temporal events in relation to particular categories of people. A time which may be considered auspicious for one kind of action may not necessarily consider auspicious for the other kind of action. The other use of word is in using the word with some special occasion or festivals. There may be several Shubh months and days in the month. Shubh is also employed to refer happy event in life like marriage, birth of a son, etc. The birth of a child is particularly the son is considered as the Shubh event, but it is not always a Shubh moment. Rather, it depends on the position of particular grahas and their position at the time of birth. If the position of Ashubh Grah are present at the time of the birth of the child, there may be need to correct it with the help of various rituals. In fact, the Brahmin performs regular rituals toward of the evil grahas in their home. These rituals are called commonly as upayas, or in other words, the correction ritual measures. So, we can say that the birth in general is considered as the Shubh event and the death is always considered as a Shubh event. But there is a degree of inauspiciousness in the event of the death. Widowhood is an even more unfortunate event for Brahmin women. The notion of asceticism and eroticism are described with the help of three novels. The first is Chitralekha from Bhagwati Charan Verma. The second is a Carnatic novel, namely Samskara, written by U.P. Ananta Murthy and later translated in English by A.K. Ramanujan. The third novel is a Marathi novel, namely Yayati by Vishnu Sangram Khandekar. Madan writes that the daily life of Kashmiri Brahmin is beset by Sanka or doubt. There is always hesitation as whether to perform particular ritual action or not. In Uttar Pradesh, the encounter with a Mahabrahmin, a type of Brahmin who performs rituals at the time of death, is considered as the inauspicious event. The Brahmin of both Uttar Pradesh and Kashmir considered milk as the purest drink according to Madan. So, this was our second question. That means the question number 4 from section 1. Question number 5 from section 1. This is the third question in the solution of our assignment. The question is Weber's perspective on origin of a spirit of capitalism. The answer here is Protestant Ethic and Spirit of Capitalism was a book written by Weber. In this book, Weber propounded his theory of religion. It is also known as alternate theory of social change. Prior to Weber, Marx said that class struggle is the only basis of social change. In this book, Weber rejected the Marxian view and said that class struggle can be one of the most important bases of social change, but it cannot be the only basis of social change. In this book, Weber said that even religion may bring about change in society. That is the reason why it is regarded as alternate theory of social change. In this book, Weber tried to explain that the belief of Protestant Christianity directly or indirectly resulted in growth of capitalism in European societies. According to Weber, the material bases which are essential for growth of capitalism were not only present in Europe but were also present in Asia. However, the Europe capitalism flourished, but it failed in Asia. Hence, other than material basis, something was there, which was present in Europe but absent in Asia. Guys, if you find that I am speaking or reading it speedily, so you may go to the setting. आप setting में जाके उधर से उस YouTube में उसका playback जो speed है स्लो कर सकते हैं, जिसको आप आसानी से समझ में आए आपको और आप लिख सकें आराम से. This something led to growth of capitalism in Europe. In its absence, capitalism failed in Asia. In order to understand that what led to growth of capitalism in Europe, Weber conducted a study. He collected the data of successful businessmen from different parts of Europe. By evaluating these data, Weber concluded that most of successful businessmen were either Protestant Christians or followers of the sect of Protestantism. Therefore, Weber further concluded that the belief of Protestant Christianity, directly or indirectly, would have resulted in growth of capitalism. In order to understand that how beliefs of Protestant Christianity directly or indirectly resulted in growth of capitalism, Weber studied the belief of Protestant Christianity. For this purpose, Weber created a rough sketch of these beliefs and used methodology of ideal type construction. In this construction, Weber mentioned following beliefs of Protestant Christianity. First, this religion says that man should have only one single calling or profession in his life. Man should follow this profession honestly, and he should believe that it is a duty assigned to him by God. Making money in one's profession is a sign of success. It shows that God's blessing is still on individual. Fourth, money should not be wasted in luxurious living. Fifth, money should be reinvested in same business in order to maximize profit. Time should not be wasted. Hence, this religion criticizes more sleep and idle gossips. Entertainment should not have any place in one's life. Even sport should be played only for physical fitness. Eighth, sexual relationship should remain confined within marital bond. Even this should be only for purpose of procreation and should not be for entertainment. By evaluating these beliefs, Weber said that behind the spirit of capitalism existed the ethos of Protestant Christianity. The religion beliefs became business sentiment. However, Weber said that Protestant ethos were one of the most important reasons behind growth of capitalism, but they were not the only reasons behind capitalism. Here he used the methodology of causal pluralism. According to him, such beliefs were present in Europe but absent in Asia. Engel and Kautsky both criticized Weber's theory of religion. According to them, Protestantism was not a cause behind capitalism. It was the result of capitalism. So, here we end this answer. This is the 7th question from section 2 and is the 4th question of our assignment solution. Let's see what the question is. Discuss the main features of communalism and fundamentalism. Communalism is an ideology which can be associated mainly with religion. Communalism has 3 important bases. First, the people belonging to a religion start believing that the religious interest of their group is common. Second, the people belonging to religion start believing that religious interest of the other religious group is different from their own religious interest. Third, the people belonging to a religious group start believing that religious interest of other group is not only different but it is also against their own interest. When the first 2 bases are present, it results in moderate form of communalism. This moderate communalism results in unity within a religious group and is also does not lead to communal conflict. It is not a threat to communal harmony. However, when even the third factor is present, it results in virulent form of communalism. This results in communal conflicts. India has been a religiously plural society. In such societies, existence of communalism is obvious. However, virulent form of communalism reached its peak only during the British period. Post-independence, India adopted democracy as a system of governance. It is considered to be the moderate form of governance. It is considered to be the best form of governance as compared to any other form of governance. Democracy provides freedom of expression. Hence, it was able to keep the Indian society integrated. However, the people in India are not aware of the democratic norms and values. Even the political parties failed in the process of political socialization. Till the time religion is used in the politics, religion will remain violent and politics will be destructive. Communalism still persists publicly in India. According to Dipankar Gupta, communalism and ethnicity are biggest enemy of fraternity because they lie on passion. They are not based on logic. According to Eugene Singh, communalism resists the process of modernization. The concept of religious fundamentalism is used in a negative way. The term is journalistic in nature. The term was coined by Curtis Lee. Religious fundamentalism refers to manipulating the preachings of religion in order to serve one's own vested interest. The concept of religious fundamentalism emerged in American society. The process of development in America started very late. It started only in 1870s. However, by 1920s, within a short span of 50 years, USA was able to surpass entire Europe. This process of development in USA was rapid and scientific. As the scientific development gained momentum, religion started becoming weak. The people who enjoyed authority in name of religion also started losing their authority. The society was divided into 2 parts. One part or the section started accepting the scientific changes. The other part was that part which resisted these changes. They remained strictly religious. Clash between 3 sections were seen. In the society, even the teachers who used to teach Darwin's theory of evolution were publicly punished. D.N. Majumdar tried to explain the concept of religious fundamentalism in a systematic manner. According to him, it has following characteristics. First, it is rooted in religion. It manipulates the preachings of religion. The objective is to fulfill one's own vested interest. The main objective of religious fundamentalism is pursuit of power. It may support violence, it resists changes, it is rigid and intolerant. Even terrorism is also rooted in religious fundamentalism. Even objective of terrorism is pursuit of power. It mobilizes the masses by manipulating the preachings of religion. So, this was the answer of the question. This is the question number 10 from section 2 and is the last question of our assignment solution. It is the question number 5 in our assignment. Let's see what the question is. Describe Indian experience in the realism of secularism and secularization. The answer is India will be a land of many faiths, equally honored and respected, but of national outlook. Jawaharlal Nehru. The British colonial rule evolved a policy of religious neutrality in their colonies. In the 18th and 19th century, the British tried to stay neutral on the dispute over religion and were particularly careful not to be seen as promoting Christianity. After the assumption of power in India by the British Crown in 1858, a significant step was taken in instituting equality before the law by enacting uniform codes of civil and criminal law. However, there were various kinds of involvements in religious affairs that produced a somewhat confused interpretations of this phase. During certain periods, grants of money were given by the British government for the support of Hindu temples and mosques, and Christian missionaries were actively discouraged. Later, under other official missionary work was vigorously promoted. With the passage of time, the scope and meaning of the idea of secularism includes a secular state and a secular society. A secular state is that state which does not sponsor any religion, and the constitution is rationally created and is not rooted in religion. A secular state provides for freedom of religion and does not discriminate on basis of religion. It is that state which maintains equal distance from all the religion and respects all religions equally. On the other hand, a secular society is that society which has undergone the process of secularization. It knows the meaning of secularism. It is society where peaceful coexistence of a number of religions becomes a private affair and interpersonal relationships are not based on religion. It is a society in which discrimination on the basis of religion is not seen and every religion is equally respected. According to Wilson, secularization is a process whereby religious thinking, religious practices, and religious institutions lose their social significance. In the Western secularism of society took place initially and then a secular state was established. However, in Indian society, a secular state was established. In a religious society, it was contradictory. It is difficult to establish a secular state in a religious society. The duties of state are performed by the government. The government consists of people from the same society. Even the government is chosen by the same society. Hence, if the society remains religious, the state cannot be secular. It is the reason why it is said that India is secular in letter but not in spirit. The secularism in India is relatively different as compared to the West. The Indian constitution fails to maintain equal distance from all the religion. The Constitution of India encourages the government to work towards the upliftment of minorities. In our constitution, in place of the term Dharmanirpeksh, the term Panthanirpeksh has been used. It has two major reasons. First of all, it shows that Indian constitution not only respects all major religion equally, but also respects the smaller sects. Secondly, the term Panth Nirpeksh is used in order to set aside any confusion related to dual meaning of the term Dharma. Dharma refers to religion and also refers to the duty. However, the constitution, it is only related to religion. Weber associated the process of secularization with the process of rationalization. According to him, as the society becomes rational, it becomes secular. So this was the solution. Here we complete our assignment of MSOE 003 MA second year Sociology.